Page 2, CC 21.3, declaring the office of Councillor Ward 22. Councillor Lee, you held the item down.
Any questions before I...
Questions to staff? Do we have any questions to staff? Councillor Cressy.
Brief in the interest of time, a couple questions to the clerk. First of all, in setting an election date, can you just confirm that there is discretion if we declare the seat vacant today on your part to ensure that it does not overlap or conflict with a holiday?
Which holiday? Councillor, yes. The Act spells out a formula for getting to setting the election date. First off, Council has to declare the seat vacant at this meeting. That's what the Act requires. From that date, then, I have, as clerk, the discretion to set nomination day from 30 to 60 days thereafter. And then the Act spells out that election day is 45 days after nomination day.
All right.
So there's ability to look at various holidays and so forth so that we don't end up getting into a problem.
All right, and just to confirm on that, because this may come up, if the seat is declared vacant today and a decision is made to proceed with the by-election, based on that 30 to 60 days, with the discretion on your part, and the 45 days that kicks in thereafter, the election, if we declare it vacant today, could be as late as January the 20th. Is that correct?
Yes, the earliest date would be December 21st. The last date would be Friday, January 20th.
In other words, if we make a decision today to proceed with the by-election based on your discretion, it could actually take place 3 weeks after New Year's Day or before Christmas.
That's correct.
All right, and just to confirm, what date was the provincial by-election called? I'm just pulling on Google here. It was August the 3rd. Is it? All right. Let me ask a question to speed up the time. If, in fact, it was called on August the 3rd, if we make a decision today, there would be a 5 to 6 month gap between the date the by-election was called and the seat being filled. Would that be correct?
Yes, that seems right.
A 5 to 6 month period. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Burnside, questions?
Through you to the clerk. 2018, when's the last council session?
That calendar, that council calendar hasn't been established.
Traditionally, when would it be?
But-
July, August?
Normally, it would be, yes, August. That's correct.
Thank you.
Yeah. Council has not met after nomination day for quite some time.
Councillor Fletcher, question?
There are a number of people discussing having an appointment, and I would just ask if you could advise us what the practice has been when we're 2 years out from another municipal election. Has it not been to hold a by-election?
The Act actually gives Council the discretion to determine whether it wishes to appoint or whether it wishes a by-election. The only time Council is required to appoint is if the vacancy arises after March 31st in the year of the election. So that's what the statute says.
That's the statute, but as far as City Council in its in its practice, while you've been the clerk, the practice has been to have a by-election if there's this much time, has it not?
Yes, I would say, generally speaking, that's been the
That's
case.
been the practice of a City Council. Thank you.
Thank you. To speak, Councillor Lee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Now, why I'm holding this, and I got a motion that I'm moving actually motion, recommendation 1, which is to declare the seat vacant. and that the City Council deferred the decision on how to fill the vacancy in Ward 42 to November 8th and 9th, 2016 City Council meeting. And I'll tell you why, because ever since that seat became vacant, or even before that, I have been taking calls from Ward 42 residents, because being the councillor next, just immediately to the west of Ward 42, and the ward that's south of Ward 42, Ward 44, the councillor is unfortunately not able to help because he himself is out of commission and recovering from treatment, medical treatment. But anyways, in fact, yesterday at lunch, I held a meeting with TTC and Transportation to iron out an issue of removing 2 TTC bus stops, which impacts Ward 42 residents the most. Okay, so we're able to resolve, or rather working towards a resolution of that. So some residents of Ward 42 had come to see me last Friday after the agenda was published, and says that what is council going to be doing on this? I says, likely it's going to be a by-election because of the length of time left in the term. Just as Councillor Fletcher's question you heard, normally if it's more than 1/3, just as we did 2 appointments last term of office, okay? So I says, why do you, ask, okay? They says, why don't council just do an appointment, okay? So yesterday morning, I got a petition signed by over 900, with 900 signatures on it. And the petition says, petition to Toronto Mayor and City Council, stop the musical chairs in Scarborough Bruce River. Background, stop the musical chairs. Background, January 2016, by-election for school trustee in Scarborough Bruce River. September 2016, by-election for MPP in Scarborough Bruce River. October 2016, vacant seat in Scarborough, another by-election. So, petition 4, we, the undersigned, are residents of City of Toronto and are concerned local citizens who urge our mayor and our city councillors to stop the political musical chairs in Scarborough Bruce River, for which we are petitioning. This year alone, we have already endured 2 by-elections and spent more than $500,000. If council allows another by-election to fill the vacant Scarborough Bruce River Ward 42's council seat, that will most likely participate in another by-election for school trustee seat. We have had enough elections in this area. Please appoint a capable person. So this is a petition I got, which I will turn over to the clerk.
I'm sorry.
And when I looked at the elections in October 2015, when there was federal election, and in January 2016, the by-election for school trustee, the turnout was 11.3%. And in the recent September by-election for the vacant provincial MPP seat, the turnout was 28.1%. So the voter turnout is very low. So is that really democracy? So anyways, this is what we are requesting. We have been requested by residents in the area to look at this. So I am deferring the decision until November to hear more from the residents in the area, whether they want a by-election or an appointment. So this deferral in no way impacts, or rather suggests whether we should have an appointment or by-election. It just gives time for the residents of Ward 42 to provide that input to us. Okay, so I hope that you give them that time to provide that input, and then on November 8th and 9th, Council will then use that input to make decision.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
On behalf of the residents of Ward 42.
Yes, we have some questions here for you. Councillor Perks, 3 minutes clarification of the motion.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to understand. You read us a petition encouraging us to appoint a replacement councillor, but your motion doesn't do that. Do I understand that correctly? You're not moving to appoint somebody?
No, I'm not moving a point somewhere. I'm just moving to defer the decision to hear back from residents. Because the most impacted people are the residents of Ward 42.
I understand.
Not us, not our residents.
I understand, but the petition you read said that we should appoint. I'm wondering, how does deferring the decision help the residents who want an appointment? Well, if you're doing what the residents are asking for, shouldn't you just move an appointment?
No, because as I said earlier, the tradition on council has been traditionally that if it's more than 1/3 of the term left, then we normally call a by-election. But in this case, the residents are asking for that for the appointment. I'm not moving it because I'm not satisfied that I've heard enough from the residents of the Ward 42.
Okay?
So
That's why I'm not moving the appointment because...
Okay, I just want to understand. So you're deferring it in order for you to spend a month consulting with the residents before we make a decision? Is that what you're...
The residents, I will work with the Ward 42 office to outreach to residents and let them feed back to the various city councillors as to what they want.
So, okay, so you want Councillor Chin Lee to have an extra month to consult with the residents about whether or not they should be represented, and during that month they won't be represented.
Right now, they are not represented anyways, and for the next at least 3 months, they won't be represented. So, to the people that's asking me, to delay this until they have had enough time to get other input from other people.
I'm sorry,
I'm
did
not
you get a
happy.
petition
I'm
asking
not.
you to delay? I'm sorry, I must have misheard your petition. Was there a separate petition asking you to delay?
No, there's no petition to ask me to delay. The petition is to ask for an appointment. But I myself am not, because my answer to them originally was that there will normally be a by-election because it's more than 1/3 of the term. But the request is coming from the residents. So I think we need to give them time to provide further feedback to us, because they are the ones that are asking for this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Councillor Cressy.
Just a point of clarification, you referenced a petition that the residents were requesting, if I understand, an appointment. You also referenced a petition that talked about a future TDSB by-election. I don't understand what that is.
I think when in my discussions with the residents, they were saying that they were likely, the person that will run will be the current school trustee in the area.
Sorry, just...
So there's a chance that he will win.
Sorry,
there could possibly be a by-election for that vacancy as well.
Sorry, just let me understand. So the petition is stating that there are some residents who feel that they want an appointment because a current trustee may run, and that's the petition you're bringing forward to us for consideration?
That's what they are putting in the petition.
So,
It's not my petition.
So we're supposed, just wait, are we supposed, a point of clarification.
Just a sec, hold on, Councillor Thompson. Yeah.
My microphone. I thought that we asked questions for clarification on motions.
We did.
The councillor has introduced a petition that presumably came from the residents, which he hasn't created. So I'm just wondering why we have line of questioning about the petition and not the motion.
Well, he's answering.
Well,
Yeah. Councillor Cressy, on his motion only, not on the petition.
So if I could understand your motion, because it was in part, you are bringing this forward in part because what your constituents requested.
Not my constituents, Ward 42 residents.
So Ward 42 constituents are requesting a deferral because or an appointment because they're worried a current school trustee may run for council? Is that
No.
correct?
They are requesting an appointment, but I am moving the deferral. I'm not moving the appointment.
But did you
I'm
not
moving
just-
deferral
did you not-
to get more input
Okay,
from the
Councillor
residents of
Cressy,
Ward
But I'm
42.
just clarifying, did you not just say that there were